This is simultaneous equation. Now, the basic understanding of the simultaneous equation is the idea of simultaneous is like something that happens at the same time, right? So for understanding purpose, before we solve the exams question on this thing, the idea is assuming you enter any phone shop, right? So specifically, let's say you enter an iPhone shop. So we are calling this variable here x here iPhone, right? So the x is for the iPhone, and then we are calling the AirPod to be what? Uh, this is what y, right? So we are calling these two people iPhone and then plus what the AirPod. These are the two things that you want to buy at the shop, right? Okay, now perfect. Now, if you know the price of one, maybe the two are moving together, so meaning that they are moving simultaneously. So if you want to buy this and this one together, assuming that was just for $25. Okay, we don't know the price of this, we don't know the price of this. So once we determine the price of this one, the iPhone, we can easily know. Let's say for instance, this is what $20, right? This is very simple. Suppose this is just a $20, and then for sure the price of the AirPod will be what? $5. Is that okay? So if you know the price of one, you can easily determine the price of the second one. So this is what we call a simultaneous equation, right? So two things are happening at the same time. Now here's another one. If you say you want to buy three of the iPhones, right? So three of the iPhones here, and then plus just one AirPod, what do you think would be the amount, right? Once again, if you know the price of just the iPhone, or you know the price of the AirPod, we can easily determine the price of the other one. Now let's look at how to solve this question. Now, these are the key tools. Those are some of the things or the method that you are going to use to solve the questions. So one is what elimination. So we call it elimination. So as the name implies, elimination. You have elimination here, and then second one you have the substitution, right? Substitute, and then maybe sometimes you have a graphical method. But in this video, we are purposely going to talk about what elimination. And then if you want to know about the substitution and how to solve the simultaneous equation by using just a calculator, right? So a calculator here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Is that okay? Comment down below, right? So comment down below if you have any issue. Give us a like and then share the channel for more people to join us. Okay, now this is the question. The question says to solve the equation, right? Solve the equation 2x minus y equal to 4. And then we have the x plus y equal to 5. So these are the two things. So as I just explained, this is the first part. You are buying two of the iPhone. And then this is something that let's say you are owing, right? So you are owing the institution an amount of what? AirPod, right? So let's buy assumption. And then maybe on the second day or maybe another person also want to buy just iPhone and the AirPod, which is equal to $5. These are the two things. So our key or the asking us to do here is that we should find the price of each of these things. So we want to determine the price of the iPhone as well as the price of the AirPod. So the way of solving this thing is by what we call these two equations first of all by simultaneous equation. So we are going to use elimination method to solve this. We can easily use a substitution, but if you want to know more of this thing, as I just said, make sure that you subscribe to the channel for more lessons on this. Now, these are the two equations. The idea of the elimination is that you want to eliminate one of these two variables, right? So you want to eliminate either this one or the x, right? So you want to eliminate. That is the meaning. You want to take it away. You want to let it vanish. Very, very simple, right? So how can we do that? So look at something. Look at the keyword here. If you have, let's say 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, meaning that this one has vanished, right? So if you have maybe let's say negative 2 plus what another 2 here is also equal to 0, meaning that the 2 has vanished. That is what we call elimination. So if you add variables to this, right, x and then x here is the same thing. So 1x minus 1 is equal to 0. So maybe let's say I have y here and I have another y here. So these two people also vanish. That is the elimination. So the key word here is that we want to, or the trick here is we want to eliminate, make sure that one of the variable vanishes, right? So that is our key here. How can we do that? So as it stands, I can easily eliminate this y, right? So the two y's here by just adding the two equations. Is that okay? So what are we adding? We are adding because we can easily see that if you add these two people, right? Two people, this guy will go away because you are having negative 1 plus 1. So meaning equal to 0. So this is how simple you have to do that. Someone will also choose to eliminate what? The x. So for you to eliminate this x here, what do you have to do? So make sure that once again you watch the video to the end for you to see the trick here. Now we want to eliminate these two people. So here we are eliminating what? The y, right? So by adding the two equations. So how do you add? You add the s to s. That is what? The iPhone to what? iPhone, and the airport to airport, and so as well as the amount to what? Its amount. So 2x plus what? X here, right? So 2x, just like if the variables are the same, you just deal with the numbers and what attached to them. So here's 2, here is being assumed to be 1, right? So 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. So we are having what? 3x. And then what about here? Here we are having what? Negative 1 plus 1, right? So negative 1 plus 1, that is equal to 0. Okay, so here we have 0, and then 4 plus 5, that is equal to 9. So this means that we are going to have a 3x is equal to 9. And then what do? We are looking for the x. So what is the x here? So x here is going to be, we are going to divide the two side by 3. So divide both sides by 3, you are having s to be 3. Remember this x here, by our assumption, this is the price of the iPhone. Okay, once we easily determine the price of the iPhone, this one gives us the way of determine the price of the airport, right? Very, very simple. So what do? This is what you have to do. You take what the price of this one, plug it into any of these two equations. Is that okay? Any of the equations be given to you. So these are the two equations that you are having, right? You can plug in whatever you see the x here, you plug the amount here. So here I'm going to plug that into equation 2, right? So you can see that I have a plug s is equal to 3 into equation 2. So this is the equation 2. You have the equation 2 to be what? S plus y. So meaning that our x is equal to 3. So here will be what? Here will be 3 plus y. So you're having 3 plus y here. So just very easy and simple to solve this. And because of we have our y to be what? Equal to 2, right? Once again, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Now, what will happen in the case if you don't have something simple like this, right? You cannot just add the two equations straightforward to eliminate one of the variable. What do you have to do? Now here's another question that says that 2x minus y equal to 10, and then x plus what? 3y is equal to 5, right? So these are the two things. Now, the idea of elimination is to either add or subtract, right? So if you add and subtract, then the variables are not being eliminated. Then you have to get another method. That is what you are going to use here, right? So pay a close attention. What can you see? So if you add these two people here, we are going to have a 3s. Then if you add this to this one, you have a meaning that negative 1 plus 3. That will be what? Positive 2, right? So 2y. And then this plus this one will give us 15. I will say that no variable is being eliminated. Is that okay? So no variable is being eliminated. So what can we do? So the key here is that cannot be possible. Is that okay? This one cannot be possible. So what can we do? You can either multiply one of the equation by a certain number. The reason why we are multiplying is that make sure that after multiplying, either you add the two equations or subtract the two equations to eliminate one variable, just like in the first method, right? So the key here is that the numbers that are attaching to the variables here has to be either the same. So what I mean by the same here is that here, if here is 2, here should be 2, right? If here is 3, here should also be 3. It's okay for you to either subtract or add to have one of the variable be eliminated. So someone may choose to multiply the first equation by so what is the key here? Obviously we are having 3 here. So someone may choose to multiply this equation by what? By 3. Right, so if you are multiplying everything by what? By 3, that number. Okay, someone will also go for the down one. He said that, okay, I want these two people to be the same. So the person may choose to multiply the down, the second equation by 2. Obviously, so here is 2 here, 2 is here. So if you are multiplying the equation by 2, which either way is accepted. If I want to go for this one, the down one, so multiply, you have to write. So multiplying, right? So multiplying equation what? Equation 2 by 2. Is that okay? So you are multiplying the equation 2 by 2, meaning that this is the equation 2. So x by 2 will give us what? 2x, and then this one by 2 give us a positive 6 what 6y, and then the 5 by 2 will also be equal to 10. So we can name this one what equation 3. Is that okay? Why are we naming this one equation 3? Because we already have the equation 2 here, then equation 1 here. Okay, so this will be our new equation, right? So this one will be what? The new equation. So meaning that we have what? This equation here, and then the equation 1, right? So this equation 1. So these are the two tools that we are going to handle. Okay, so we have what? So here we have what? 2x minus y equal to 10, which is this equation here at the top here. And then down here too, we have what? Our second equation to be 2s, and then plus 6y equal to the second one. Oh, sorry, here the first part, which is the equation 1. Yeah, that is 10. So here also what? Here will also be what? Here will also be 10. So these are the two equations. So as it stands, we can easily what? Subtract, right? So if you are going to subtract, you are going to subtract what? These two equations. Why? If you add, so you are not eliminating anything, but if you subtract, you can see that this x here will vanish. Is that okay? I guess you should pause the video and try, and come back and check the solutions on. Okay, so very perfect. So if you subtract here, we are going to subtract, right? So subtract here means that this minus this one will give us a 0, right? So here should be what? 0. So 2 minus 0, that should be 0. So 0. And the negative 1 minus what? Positive 6. Here we have negative 1. Negative 1 is attached to the y. So negative 1 minus what? 6, right? So here is what? Negative 1. Negative 1 minus what? 6. That should be a negative 7, right? So here we have what? Negative 7y is equal to 10 minus 10 should be equal to 0, right? So here we are going to divide both sides by what? Negative 7 divided by negative 7, meaning that we have our y to be equal to 0. Is that okay? With this y equal to 0, we can easily determine the price of the other variable, which is the x. So let's move. What you have to do, you take this 0 straight and then plug into the one of the original equation. What I mean by the original equation here is either the equation 2 or equation 1, right? So this thing, you can either plug it here or here, right? So look at the simplest one. All of them will give you the same answer. Is that okay? So make sure that you write your answer in the comment. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe once again, give us a like and comment down below if you have any. So as I said, if you wish to know more things on how to solve this equation by what substitution, right? Substitution, and then by calculator, subscribe to the channel so that anytime we upload, you get a notification. Now here's a very nice and a word problem relating to what elimination is by what under simultaneous equation, right? So try this question.